Welcome to my channel. Watch the full video to discover something interesting today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more great content. Let's get started. The 1976 Elizabeth II de Greg de New penny is a fascinating example of the transformative period in British coinage that marked the United Kingdom's full transition to decimal currency. This particular coin belongs to the one new penny denomination, a product of decimalization reforms that officially took effect in 1971. Before decimalization, British currency operated under a system that dated back centuries, using pounds, shillings, and pence, where 12 pence equaled a shilling and 20 shillings made a pound. This archaic structure, though deeply rooted in tradition, was complex and impractical in a modern, increasingly globalized economy. By the late 1960s, plans were laid for a simplified decimal system where 100 new pence would equal 1 pound. Sterling. The term new penny was introduced to help the public differentiate between the newly minted decimal coins and the older pre-decimal equivalents, easing the transition. The 1976 coin is thus a cultural artifact of change, not just a monetary instrument, but a symbol of a nation adapting to modern standards. On the obverse of the coin, we find the familiar and dignified profile of Queen Elizabeth II, a design by Arnold Machin, whose elegant portrayal of the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara was widely praised for its regal, yet accessible appearance. Around the portrait runs the legend Elizabeth II de Greg fee 1976, a Latin abbreviation meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. These honorifics harken back to royal traditions and the constitutional monarchy's enduring symbolism in Britain. The inclusion of these titles also reflects the continuity of sovereignty even as the coinage system was undergoing modernization. Turning. To the reverse, the design of the 1976 new penny was the work of Christopher Ironside, a respected artist and heraldic expert. It features a crowned portcullis with chains, a symbol historically associated with the Palace of Westminster and a motif used in English heraldry dating back to the Tudor period. This emblem had long been associated with British Parliament and government, reinforcing the coin's link to national identity and state authority. The inscription above the design reads, "New Penny," and below it is the numeral 1, indicating its value of 1 penny. The new descriptor was used from 1971 to 1981. After that, the term was dropped once the public had become accustomed to decimal coinage. The portcullis design not only emphasizes tradition, but also underscores the continuity of British governance and national imagery even in the face of economic and monetary reform. The 1976 one new penny was struck in bronze, composed of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. The coin has a diameter of 20.3 millimeters and weighs 3.56 grams. It features a plain edge and was struck for general circulation at the Royal Mint. Millions of these coins were produced, making them common in day-to-day usage during the period. While most 1976 pennies hold low numismatic value due to their high mintage, they are still collected for historical and educational purposes, especially by those interested in decimalization-era coins or complete date runs of UK decimal issues. Some uncirculated specimens or proof versions minted for special sets can fetch modest premiums, especially when found in pristine condition or in original packaging. Beyond its physical characteristics, the 1976 new penny also reflects broader economic and political currents in Britain during the 1970s. This was a decade marked by economic turbulence, inflation, industrial strife, and political unrest. The persistence of coinage design and the continued use of royal symbols offered a sense of stability and continuity amid changing times. From a numismatic perspective, collectors often view the 1976 penny as part of a larger story, a bridge between the old ways and a modernized Britain. It also plays a role in educational settings, introducing students and young numismatists to the basics of coin collecting, minting processes, and the symbolism found on national coinage. In the global context, British decimal coins, including the 1976 one new penny, are often collected by enthusiasts worldwide due to the reach and influence of the British Commonwealth. The coin's presence in former colonies and Commonwealth countries, in both circulation and commemorative roles, reinforces the wide footprint of British currency and its cultural influence. Today, while the coin itself is no longer in active circulation, replaced in later years by smaller, copper-plated steel versions starting in the 1990s due to rising metal costs, it remains a nostalgic and educational piece of British coinage history. In summary, the 1976 Elizabeth II de Greg new penny is more than just a common bronze coin. It encapsulates a moment of national transformation, bearing the portrait of a monarch whose reign spanned decades of change and carrying the marks of tradition, heraldry, and national identity. For collectors, historians, and educators alike, it offers insight into the social, political, and economic shifts of the time. Though it may appear small and humble, this single coin serves as a window into a transformative era in British history, telling a story that spans centuries of monarchy, the march toward modernization, and the enduring power of national symbols, etched in metal. Let me know if you'd like a shortened version, a script version for YouTube, or visual aids to go along with this content.